Good day, our lesson is about the absolute value of a number. Today's objectives to describe and illustrate the absolute value of a number on a number line and the distance of the number from 0. So let us illustrate the absolute value using this MRT map of stations from Pasay to Quezon City. So suppose the MRT stations are in a straight line and they are 500 meters apart. Let us illustrate that using this figure. So this is the North Avenue to Taft Avenue. So if we are to travel from Taft Avenue to North Avenue, how far is that? And let's say if we have two students riding the MRT and they would start at Shaw Boulevard. If student A got off in Kamuning, so from Shaw to Kamuning, how far did he travel? And if student B also from Shaw Boulevard, traveling from Shaw, and he got off at Ayala Avenue, how far did he travel? Now, compare the distances and directions traveled by both students. The absolute value of a number is the distance on the number line between the number and 0 without any regard to its direction. Remember that the absolute value of a number is always positive. So in thinking about the absolute value of a number, you should only ask how far, not in which direction. Therefore, the absolute value of a and negative a is the same, which is a, because both numbers have the same distance from 0. Now let us illustrate the absolute value of a number using the number line. So if we have 0 as a starting point and we have negative 3 here, so let's get the absolute value of negative 3. So what is the distance from 0 to negative 3? That is 3. And if we are to get the absolute value of positive 3, so what is the distance from 0 to positive 3? That is also 3. So the absolute value of negative 3 and positive 3 is the same. They are, or it is, the number 3. The notation for the absolute value of a number is denoted by bars, not parentheses or brackets. So this is to read as the absolute value of a is equal to a. So examples, absolute value of 5 is 5. The absolute value of negative 6 is 6. The absolute value of 0 is 0. It is important to note that the absolute value bars do not work in the same way as do the parentheses, whereas the negative 4 is equal to positive 4. This is not how it works for the absolute value. Example, if we have the negative absolute value of positive 4 is equal to the negative 4. So that is negative 4. Because the absolute value of positive 4 is also 4. And the negative of 4 is negative 4. The absolute or the negative absolute value of negative 4 is the same as this one, that is negative 4, because the absolute value of negative 4 is also 4. So they have the same answer. So this illustrates that if you take the negative of the absolute value of a number, you will get a negative number for your answer. Let's have these questions. So what is the distance between 0 and 8? What is the distance between 0 and negative 10? What numbers can be substituted to y in absolute value of y is equal to 20? And which of the given pair is greater? The absolute value of negative 4 or the absolute value of negative 9? the absolute value of negative 25, or the absolute value of 0. Now, please find the value of the following. So, as for your assignment, please do this.